Yes, Paige, for you, first experience going to regionals, what's this been like from going to the ASUN tournament this past weekend to now getting prepared to go down to Durham?
I mean, it's kind of crazy. Last year, all I did was watch Liberty softball play, and like to be a part of that this year's pretty awesome. We've been preparing for a long time now, so finally being able to go and perform against these top teams is very exciting.
Coach said that in your losses this year, the energy was very low, and the wins, the energy was very high, and that's something that kind of needs to get brought this week. And you saw it out there in practice today. How do you feel like this team can maybe harness the energy in such a big weekend in the regional this week?
I mean, really, it's just a mindset. Like, when we get intimidated, you can tell because that's when our energy falls down. But these past couple of games we've been playing, like Duke, our energy was up. Like Tennessee, even though we lost, our energy was still up. So it's really just a mindset of we can beat this team. So,
Is it helpful to know that you already did beat a team
yeah,
like this?
very. We were ready. We wanted Duke, and we got them. So we're very fortunate.
You mentioned watching this team last year. How much did their run, nearly knocking off JMU, who ended up going to the Women's College World Series, how much did that kind of energize you into this season and kind of motivate you?
I mean, yeah, I was very excited. Like, obviously, after we lost to JMU, like, I wanted them to win the World Series. But originally, like, I was like, Liberty, like, go all the way, which is awesome. But yeah, I definitely did. JMU being a Virginia team, like, I wanted us to be the best in Virginia. So it definitely lit a fire. But this year we beat JMU, so put it back as a statement. But yeah, it definitely lit a fire.
Paige, were you recruited to play first base or were you primarily a pitcher?
I was recruited to neither hit or play first base. I was recruited to only pitch, and when I got here, there were some difficulties with injuries and grades, and they asked if I could because I played some in travel ball, and I said yes. And then they liked my swing, but there was a couple things wrong with it, so we've been working on that this whole season, and finally, like, I've gotten to the point where it's the swing that the coaches want. So it's the most beneficial swing for me. So, yeah, I was neither recruited for hitting or first base, but here I am doing what my team needs.
That experience been like over the last couple of months since you took over at first for Lou and to make some plays, but when to stretch to get a runner out, and you had that excitement whenever you get a put out there at first, especially during this past weekend.
Yeah, so like playing first base, I always thought was like kind of nonchalant, whatever. But Coach Fagan has shown me that it is so much more than just catching the ball. Every single thing you do is down to the details. So, like stretching, you have to be right on time to catch the ball, and we work on picks all the time, nonstop. But yeah, first base is just so much more than that. But I do really enjoy it. But yeah, it is stressful. I'm not gonna lie. Pitching is not as stressful to me. You could get in your head more with pitching, but it's still not as stressful. First base, I'm like, oh. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun.
Could you have ever imagined making this type of impact as a hitter and a fielder in your freshman year?
Um, as a pitcher, I dreamed of it. As a first base, I never once thought of it. So it's kind of really cool to be out there supporting my team as a first baseman.
You have a lot of freshmen out there with you, and
Yeah.
what's that been like seeing like Root behind you grow, Reagan grow next to you once she moved to second, and then with Alexis and Casey with whenever they come into play, what's it
Yeah.
been like seeing the collective growth of the freshman class?
It's pretty awesome playing against Reagan. As you know, like she came from Washington, but she was a redshirt, so this is still her first year playing, so she's still new. And then with Roop, like we just all really work together. We great minds think alike, as they say. So, but with Chato coming in at third last weekend against North Florida was pretty awesome. Danae was struggling a little bit, but to see her come in and prove that that's her spot. Like she did an amazing job. And then Lex Soto is one of the best off the bench hitters I've ever seen in my life. She just always gets the job done, whether it's bunting, moving the runner, scoring someone. Like she's just crazy to watch. But yeah, but it's a lot of fun playing with all these freshmen. We're all new, so it's all a new start.
Coach said that this morning before practice started, like you got team around and went to say congratulate someone or point someone out, and you brought up Lou with how much she has helped you. What's it been like with her helping you out at first and also with hitting?
Yeah, so with Lou, I never really got close to her the first semester because she was always studying and getting her grades up and stuff. But this semester I've gotten close to her because I noticed she's one of the top hitters on our team, and I was like, I want to be like her. And so when they finally paired us for hitting for these last couple weeks, she's been really mentoring me into hitting. And then after I began to know her a little bit more, I started trusting her with my personal life, and she started giving me advice for that. But Lou has been a real inspiration for me at the softball aspect and also outside.
Do you anticipate pitching next year, or do you think you found a home at first base?
It is whatever the team needs. I've had a couple conversations with Coach Dodd about it, but right now they're still unsure what they want me to do. But honestly, if they want me to go back pitching, that's fine. And if they want me to stay at first, that's fine. I'm just happy to play